Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we are going to work on a pendant style necklace using this beautiful, well, it looks like turquoise, but it's actually, I believe it's howlite. It's dyed howlite. So we're going to use this beautiful pendant to make us a necklace. So let's turn down and I'll show you what we're going to do. We're also going to use some crystal, some coral, and some howlite discs. Yes, these are howlite. So we've also got some double bead caps, some large ball spacers, some medium ball spacers, and if I decide I want them, we can grab some small ball spacers as well. Let's turn down. All these beautiful fun things, and like I say, we're going to use this pendant, and I've got this little crystal connector here, which we're going to connect to here, and then it's going to connect to the bail, and there's going to be our pendant. And this crystal is what's going to pull in these crystals, and these crystals need some dusting off, cleaning. They're a little dirty, it looks like. But as we work with them, they'll get better. So one of the things, this is where I want the double bead cap. I figured we'd put it on either side of two of the crystals, like so. And then we're going to put a ball spacer in. Maybe I want another cap, some kind of a cap there if I've got some. We'll have to see. No, I don't think so. Let's cut the cord on these howlite discs. I'm thinking we'll go a crystal. Or a coral, I should say. And then I was going to put a ball spacer between these, but I'm thinking that a ball spacer might actually not be what we want here. Maybe we want to switch and put the howlite here and the coral between, like so, with the smaller spacers. Let's get out some beading wire and just string up this little section, see if we can get a better look at what it's going to look like. So I've grabbed some medium turquoise SoftFlex beading wire. SoftFlex is the only style I use. And I'm going to pull a section of this out and put a jump ring, I mean not a jump ring, but a bead stopper on this one end. And now I'm going to string a few of these up so I can give myself an idea of what we're looking at. So I'm going to start with crystal, double bead cap, crystal, then we're going to go with the large ball spacer. Come on, baby. Our howlite disc, small ball spacer, the coral, small ball spacer, Okay, let's see what this looks like. It needs something more. It needs something. I think I have an idea. If I can find it. Here we go. Not sure these are the ones I want, but I have an idea. So I have put 4 different kinds of spacers across the back. Now I like the washer spacer, but it might be too small. So I'm thinking, let's put these guys aside so they don't get knocked off. Here is where my problem lies. These big hishis are too big with what we've got as far as spacers are concerned. So I'm thinking maybe this guy is the best alternative. Now see how that pulls that up to it there? And then maybe on the other side as well. And then just the coral without the small, maybe. We'll see how that works. So yeah, I like that much better. So I'm thinking we'll just keep up with this and just keep going this pattern, this amount down here, and we'll just keep going back and forth between the two until I get the length I want. Now, I wouldn't mind having a little bit more, well, actually we could do that. I think I have enough spacers to do it. Let's put, I was going to say we need some more of the Howlite, I think. So let's just put a double one here. And then we'll go back down the line here. And again with a double one. Now, I think it looked good with the single one, and I think it looks good with this double one. So then the question becomes, should I also have a double coral in here? We could try that too, see what it looks like, but we can just do it on the next batch because we know we're going to keep our crystals going like this. And then we'll go to this pattern. If I like the double, we can always pull it off from the other side, from this side, once I get the length I want, to get the double pattern in, to add the extra piece of coral. Now when I put the 2 corals in though, I'm not going to want to have, I don't think, these big spacers here. Maybe I do. Let's see what it looks like with a little ball spacer between the two. Now I like both ways, but I do believe I like this way better, this way. Now if we thought we needed a little bit more, we could actually even put the washer spacers that I put out right here. Let's see how that looks. And I think I like this even better. So I think we're going to do that. If you're wondering what I'm doing by rolling these, I'm getting some of the dustiness off of them. So we could go back and forth between the two patterns too. That would also look good. With now this one and then this one coming down lower. I think I'll do that. So we'll go to this pattern next. We're going to have to get out some more of these spacers. And I can put the other ones that we're not going to use away. So now we're going to do this pattern right here. See, we're not going to use these guys, so I can put those away. Get them out of the way here. As well as these guys right here. So now we need to put on this one, and then one of the coral. And since I decided to continue this pattern down in here later, we don't even need to worry about adding to the top up there like we were talking about. I'm going to need to get some more of the double spacers. Though we're at a good once we put this next set on, we might be at a good length to just go to put the bail on and go to the other side. So we'll see when we get there. Oops, blue, don't get the coral yet. So there we go so far. So let's see how long this is. This is about a little over 10 inches. So we can, if we put the crystal pattern down here now, we would be at pretty much at the 22, which is a good length. I like a 22-inch necklace. So I think we will do the crystal pattern and then we'll put the bail on. So we're on right here. Now we'll put our bail on. We'll hook up the other things later, but we do want to put the bail on. Now the thing is, we do want this bell to pretty much stay in place, and it will because of the crystal, but I don't want it to be like that. I'm going to go get me some seed beads to put underneath that. Okay, I realized I don't have any seed beads that will match good, so what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to get some tiny ball spacers, though actually we might just use these. They'll fit. They'll fit, so we'll just use those. So let's put that on, and we're going to put a couple of ball spacers. I don't know how many we're going to need. Probably 3 would be my guess. So we'll slide them underneath there. Put a third one on. Now that's probably more than we need. It's about right. So now we're going to go and we're just going to repeat this whole side up the other side. So it's going to just start with the crystal and the spacer crystal and then this pattern and so on, so on. I am going to need to get some more double bead caps. But we're going to be like so. And then our pendant is going to hang down like this. Going to be pretty. So we'll set this back aside again, and we're going to get our, we missed a ball spacer right here. See that? Good thing we looked. I always try to verify that I've got everything in the right way as I'm going along so that I don't do things like that. Yeah, your ball spacer's in there. So we'll put this back in place now that we've got our ball spacer in where it belongs. Okay, now we're back right here, and we're gonna just go up the line here. Okay, now that I've got both sides finished, let's compare, make sure everything is looking the same and I haven't missed something or accidentally added something. It's generally missed when I've got it something messed up, but okay, we're good. So I am going to move this up just a hair's breadth, drop our cord down over there, bring our bead stopper here, and cut our cord. Now we have two things to do to finish it. We need to put on the clasp, and we need to put on our pendant down here. Like I said, this is going to go here with this piece right below it and this piece below that. Isn't that going to be pretty? So we're done with our cord. We're done with all of these odds and end things here. I can put things away, and if I wish to, so they're not in my way here, and we can get ready to do our final steps. I've got out, let's put you aside still, a large oval jump ring, a medium oval jump ring, 4 crimp tubes, and I left out 2 of my coral beads. Now I'm hoping that the coral beads will take 2 strands. I'm not sure they will. If they won't, then this isn't going to work, what I want to do here. And what I want to do is, you know what? What I want is some more big ball spacers here. A couple of them. Hopefully they won't swallow up the crimp tube. I think they might, because it's got a pretty good size hole in it. So we're not going to try that after all. I think it's too big of a hole. I think it will swallow up our crimp bead. So we're going to try with this, the medium size here. What we're going to do is we'll put the regular ball spacer here. Then we're going to put on one of our crimps. See, that one's not going to eat it. Then we're going to put in our coral, another crimp, and then what we're going to do is we're going to turn, and hopefully we can go through this coral twice. Yes. It's letting me go through with no problem in all my spots here. So we're going to get this up to where we want it to be at. That looks pretty good. I'll get my magical crimpers. They have the divot in the middle. You want to put your crimp tube right dab in the middle of that divot and then push down. So then see, it makes this 4 corners, and then you turn it and push again, turn it again and again. So now it's made this little ball right here. Now we're going to work this second one up here as close as we can get it to our coral piece here. Looks like we're in the center. Nope, we weren't quite. So there is our double crimp on this side. Now we'll roll these beads up over this wire, and it's got enough room to go all the way, so that's fine. We'll roll our necklace beads back over to the other side. We have that much. Now we're going to do the same over here that we did over there. Put the ball spacer in, then a crimp tube, then our coral, and hopefully this one is also, will take both lines, and then our other crimp tube. We'll go through gravity one more time just to make sure she's pretty well down where she should be. And then we will turn this baby. She went through all right. And go through. See if she's going to come all the way down. Okay. There she is. Okay, so we're going to pull it, push these back down here, make sure we're pretty good. Pull it up again. That looks pretty good. See how much gap we've got here. More than I want, so we're going to pull it up a little bit again. We don't want to pull it up so far that this one comes off though. So that's a little bit longer, I think, than the other side. Not an atrocious lot, but it is a little bit. So we're going to pull it a little bit more. Now we got to get in and we're going to crimp this middle one here rather than the end one first, because we have to be able to get in. And if we've over tightened, then we're stuck. We can't get in and do that crimp. So now we'll crimp this one up. This crimp is not crimping very pretty. So now that we've got that one on, we can cut our extra string off now. Or beading wire, whatever you want to call it. So cut it right here where it gets to the crystal. Slide it down. Now, see, we did leave a bit of a gap there. That's all right. Now we want to get this crimp. I actually should have given it a little bit more room here, but that's all right. I can get my all I need is enough room to put my jump ring on. So we do have a little spare room here. See the little gap right there? But I think that's fine. Once we have it all rolled around nicely, it's probably not going to be there too much. So next step is to either A, put on our hardware here, or B, put in our pendant. The easiest thing is just to put on our hardware, so we'll open up our biggest jump ring here. Grab one side, put her on, close it up. Now we'll grab the medium one here. And we'll go through this loop here. Now this is the loop I made a little bit too small, but it's all right. Now I'm going to test this lobster claw again. I did already test it, but we'll test it again just to be on the safe side. Yeah, it's closing and opening just fine. So we can hook this up. Bing. And there is the necklace portion. of our pendant necklace. Isn't that turned out really pretty? I really like that. So now the next step is to put our pendant pieces on. So we need to get out some little Tinky Tots, which is the 4mm jump rings, oval jump rings. Now I'm going to see if I can do a double. We might be able to do a double, and that will make it even stronger. So, oops, not supposed to throw the jump rings all over the place, Rose. So we're going to open up our first jump ring. And go from our pendant. So pretty. Maybe we won't be. This doesn't seem to want to go over our the bail portion. Oh, there it goes. But since it took it a bit of effort, is it going to take the second? And I don't think it's going to. So we'll put these back in the jar and we'll get some mediums out. That is the problem. Sometimes the Tinky Tots are just too tinky. Here's our mediums. We'll get 4 of those out. Well, I got a lot more than 4 out, but that's all right. And see if that'll take 2 per piece here. I'm not sure it will, but it might. We'll see. Come on. Well, it's still fighting a little with putting just the medium one on, so we might not be able to get a second one on. We'll have to play with it a little bit, see if we can get a second one in there. I'm not sure we can. If we can't, that's fine. We don't have to put it in. I just thought it would be nice to have a second one. Goes into the one but not the other. So we'll take her back out of here, go through here with this same jump ring since I've got it open anyway, and go onto our bail. Stop being difficult. Okay, we may have to. I'm not going to a large, but what I am going to do is go through the bail first, let it slide to this side, and then put this guy on. Here we go. Sometimes you have to adjust your direction you're putting things on because the larger piece will not allow the smaller piece to go on because it's taking up all the space in your jump ring. So what you need to do in that case is to switch and put the smallest one on first so it can slide to the back and give the other one more, the bigger one more space. We missed a little Tinky Tot. But there we go. There is our finished necklace. Isn't that gorgeous? I think it turned out so pretty. There she is. Oops, you can't see the whole of her. Let's move her over here some. How's that? There we go. That coral in there with the howlite really gives it a pop. And the crystals are going to make it really sparkly. So I think it turned out really nicely. I like it a lot. So there is our necklace all finished. Oops, let's face it to you so you can see it. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, I got the coral pieces when I was down in New Mexico some time ago. So what I've got is what I got. There ain't no more. The Howlite discs I got at, I think, Michael's, because they were bead shop or bead landing. And I've had the crystals. I have a big bag of the crystals that I got from Temu. That might be one of the reasons they're sort of dusty, because they were in a bag, all by a whole bunch of them. So then the pendant I got from Bead Box Bargains. This little connector piece I got from Thunder Horse Descendant. Spacers. Both the ball spacers are from Bead Box Bargains, and those rope spacers that I put in here are from Temu. So there we go. Isn't that pretty? I think it turned out gloriously. It is a little heavy, like I said, that's why I double crimped it. I didn't measure it to see what its final length was. Looks like it's 24 inches. So, very pretty. Let's put it on and we'll see how long it goes. I forgot to put on earrings today. So it's not a bad length. I like it. And our coral spacers show pretty good. So there, see so there we go. There's our beautiful coral, and I was going to say turquoise, but it's howlite. Turquoise dyed howlite. And we have the crystals on there as well to add a little bit of something. So there we go. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.